I'm Nola. I live in Omanus and I run a clay brick factory out in Bot River. And it's been in the family business. My father bought it in 1984 and he retired about 20 years ago. And I've been running it ever since. I've got a staff force of approximately 60 people and it's what I love. I actually love bricks, clay bricks. Okay, so then I would say my first love, okay, I'm putting the cats a little bit to the side. I do have my precious James in my life. I was married very briefly once upon a time, and then I did meet James, and what I'm truly grateful for is this man accepts me wolves and all the animals. And I think I tend to forget that at times, how grateful I actually am for James in my life. And then it's my cats, and that is what fuels my life every single day, and I love it. Sometimes I just sort of feel that I could quit, but I look at my staff and I actually really love them. They don't work in the best of environments. It's dusty, it's hot, it's labor intensive, but Anne, I really care for my staff and keeping the brickfield going, and that is the most important thing to me, that everybody can put food on their table. I mean, it's very easy to sort of go robotics and mechanical and all that sort of stuff, but what's going to happen to these people? When I started with you, and I started a retirement annuity, I started small, and then I sort of, that's where my journey started. But then with your help along the line, I was in the obsession of I must max out that retirement annuity every month so I get the maximum benefit. I love maximum benefit out of anything. I love a good deal. So I've got to get all the money back from the tax man, or 27% of it. What I love about your help is that you've said you don't need to pack everything into the retirement annuity. Split it up, which is what I did after speaking to you in May. So I put so much into the retirement annuity, so much into easy equities, and I've started building my assets there. Freed up money, it's sort of, and having that confidence to cancel the life insurance, the dreaded diseases, the extra credit card, the be happy with the old cell phone. It works, it does everything it needs to do. And all these things are bringing up so much money, Anne. And then all of that goes to buying the assets. And it's just the confidence that it's giving me in my life. It's just the best feeling ever. It's all these small little things that have made such a difference that allows me to make a difference. And I love it. I stumbled across your advert by absolute chance. And I love finances. I actually quite turned on by finances. But after listening to you, I realized that the light was rather dim. That you explain it in such a way that it's not about making a quick buck. There's nothing about making a quick buck. There's no overnight fly-by scheme that's going to make me a millionaire. I've got to make the changes. I need to come into control of my own money and be the master of it. And you've taught me that. And now we're going through a bit of a rough time. We sort of, we've had floods in the Western Cape and that sort of stuff. But Anne, amazingly enough, I built up enough reserve to carry myself through. My staff are taken care of. It is a rough period, but we are getting through it. And I could say probably 7 years ago, no chance. I would have blown everything. I would have been living from month to month, and my whole aspect. And you've taught me how to appreciate life and what is important. What is important? I mean, you really know how to take the ring out of life. I mean, you live life to the full. You do. And but incorporating everything into one, that you're reaching everything, that wealth pie, that all the aspects are ticked in your life. Because I would go from one extreme to the next. Now we're saving. Now we eat bread and butter. Maybe not even the butter anymore. And I relate it to your story because it's one extreme to the next. But to get that balance where I've ticked all the boxes so I'm not feeling deprived in any aspect of my life, that meant so much to me. And I'm so grateful. It's small things. We've all got different lives, different paths, different things we believe in, and respect all of that. And gratitude at the end of the day. Gratitude just fills my life. It's important. I had no reserves, absolutely nothing. And you have taught me put yourself first, but still loving everybody else and being able to be there for everybody else, but you still made me learn to take care of myself. And that guidance is actually pulling me through probably one of the toughest times that we're going through at the moment. But if I hadn't done this all those years ago and started back then, where would I be now? I have to go back to when I first tried to raise money. We were building a catio at the welfare, and I dressed up in this kitty cat suit, and I had my niece as my kitten, and I went stood with my board, ready to sell raffle tickets at 25 Rand, and people sort of avoided me. I think that's where this absolute humiliation started, about having to ask people for money for cats. Anyway, so I had this wonderful idea. I'm going to get money to buy a ton of cat food. But to hear no, I would want to die. And you said to me, see how many no's you can get in a day. So when I would actually hear no, instead of feeling like I had died and taken it personally and whatever, I could think, yes, I got a no. And you say I didn't get any no's. All I got was yeses. And they all opened their hearts and they gave to cats. I put in the time of actually asking for the money, which I think is probably one of the worst jobs ever. But I got my money. Was able to get my ton of food, the 45,000 Rand, but I then went on to 50,000. And who would have ever thought, ever, that I could do that? But I did it. I mean, how much happier can it make somebody like me? Really. I mean, 50,000 Rand, cat food, it's priceless. It's absolutely priceless. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for that. It's the simple things that you have unknowingly, probably just things that you've said. You don't have an idea of what impact that made on me, but you need to have your financial house in order and know what counts, know what adds meaning and what will get you up when you don't want to get up. But Anne, just having you in my life, your joy, your just everything you add to life. I mean, you've given me the appreciation, to accept and love myself for what I am, and I am enough, and that's it.